I never imagined silence could be louder than shouting. But in my marriage, silence became a constant presence, sitting between us at the dinner table, following me into bed, and waking up beside me every morning. My name is Daniel Carter, and for most of my life, I believed love was something you built once and simply maintained. I was wrong. My wife, Emily, and I had been married for 6 years. We lived in a quiet suburb outside Columbus, Ohio, the kind of neighborhood where people waved politely but never really knew each other. From the outside, our life looked stable. Good jobs, a clean house, weekend routines, and framed wedding photos still hanging in the hallway. But inside our home, something had gone missing. It started subtly. Emily stopped leaning into me on the couch. She stopped reaching for my hand in public. At night, she turned her back to me, claiming exhaustion or headaches. At first, I told myself it was temporary. Stress, work, life. But weeks turned into months. Every attempt at closeness, every hug, every kiss, every gentle touch was met with quiet resistance. Not anger, not arguments, just distance. That distance hurt more than rejection ever could. I tried everything. I bought flowers for no reason, planned surprise dinners, left handwritten notes in her bag before work. She smiled. She thanked me, but her eyes never stayed. I began to feel invisible in my own marriage. Lying beside her at night, staring at the ceiling, I replayed every moment, searching for the mistake I couldn't remember making. I wondered if I had failed her in ways I never noticed. Always, if she had already emotionally left and just hadn't told me yet. Then one evening, something happened that changed everything. Emily told me her best friend Rachel was coming over. They hadn't seen each other in months. I didn't think much of it. Rachel had been part of our lives since college, outspoken, confident, always honest to a fault. I was heading toward the kitchen when I heard them talking in the living room. At first, it was just laughter and casual conversation. Then I slowed my steps. Rachel leaned closer to Emily. Her voice dropped. It was almost a whisper, too soft to make out the words. But I saw Emily's reaction. Her body stiffened. Her breathing changed. Her eyes filled, not with tears, but with something deeper. Something like recognition. It was like watching a locked door open. That night, something unimaginable happened. Emily reached for me, not hesitantly, not out of obligation, but intentionally. Her touch felt different, present, aware, real. I didn't ask questions. I didn't speak. I was too afraid that words would break whatever fragile moment had returned to us. But my mind wouldn't let it go. What did Rachel say? The next morning, I asked Emily directly. She avoided my eyes, took a long breath, then finally spoke. Rachel had reminded her of who she used to be, of the promises she made on our wedding day, of how love doesn't disappear. It fades when it's neglected, misunderstood, or left unspoken. She reminded me that I stopped letting myself feel safe. Emily admitted quietly. That should have comforted me. Instead, it shattered me, because if a few whispered words from someone else could reach her, why hadn't my words mattered for months? That realization hurt more than her distance ever had. I didn't confront her. I didn't argue. I observed. I listened. I started noticing how she reacted, not just to me, but to everything. What made her withdraw? What made her relax? When she needed space and when she needed presence. I realized something uncomfortable. I had been trying to fix things instead of understand them. I stopped chasing affection, stopped forcing conversations, stopped proving myself. Instead, I became steady, calm, present without pressure. Weeks later, Emily came home one evening shaken. Something had gone wrong at work. She didn't explain. She didn't need to. I didn't rush in. I didn't offer solutions. I just sat beside her. Minutes passed. Then she reached for my hand. Her grip was light at first, testing. I held it firmly, without pulling her closer. After a while, she whispered something I'll never forget. I forgot what it felt like to feel safe with you. That sentence changed everything. I finally understood that intimacy isn't just physical. It's emotional. It's psychological. It's about timing, awareness, and trust. That whisper from Rachel didn't fix our marriage. It exposed what we had almost lost. Over the next month, we rebuilt something deeper than before. Touch returned naturally, but so did laughter, late-night conversations, shared silences that didn't feel empty anymore. Now, every time I look at Emily, I remember that whisper, not with anger, but with gratitude. Because sometimes a few quiet words don't just change a moment. They save an entire life you didn't realize was slipping away.